It's your boy Trigger Mike. What's going on? Today I really lived up to my name, y'all. So I saw something and I put it out about Tabitha Brown. She recently posted something with her husband, Chance, and I put a picture up because I wanted to get people's perspective, and I'm gonna pull that up now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. One of my friends on Facebook shared the post, and that's really what I wanted to happen, right? So I wanted the post to be shared so people can weigh in on it. And I put a caption that said, this particular picture that I'm talking about right here. I put a caption that said, men should stop letting them photograph us or taking pics of us doing things like this. All right. And of course, that caused much uproar. So I'm here to talk about that real quick, but I want to get into how I feel about this couple. So first, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. I am Trigger Mike. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like the video and please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications for more of this content. I promise you, you will not agree with everything I say, but you may want to hear the content anyway. So go ahead and hit that like button and definitely subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So how do I feel about Tabitha Brown? That lady is amazing. Her family is amazing. So that's the first thing I want to put out there. I actually admire this couple. I mean, greatly admire this couple. All right. This lady and her down to earth ways and her stories and the way she's coming up, I'm all for that. All right. So it kind of actually, I kind of regret having to use this picture of them to make my ultimate point. So this picture basically shows her husband, Chance. And actually, I know, she's talked about his story as well. And he has his own platforms in which he talks about the way he took care of his family while his wife was trying to establish himself. Personally, for me, that is something I strive to emulate, right? He was a rock for his family. His wife would not have become this person without his sacrifice. I 100% empathize with that. So that's how I feel about the couple in general. So I'm sad I have to use this picture to make my ultimate point. Um, so going back to the Facebook post, and I said that we should stop letting people take pictures of us doing things like this. And really, what I'm talking to and I'm speaking about is should men care? It's in the title. Should men care how we are portrayed? Okay. Should we care how we're portrayed? I ultimately think yes, but let me go into what I really feel about that. So I knew when I put that post up, I was going to get all of the normal pushback that you get, right? I was going to get all the normal pushback that you get from posting something that seems even vaguely masculine, right? Um, I'm secure, you're not secure in your masculinity. Oh, this is just insecure. The banality of the audacity of you, all that type of stuff. Listen, y'all, we have to advance our ways of thinking. We even have to advance our pushback. That's old news because people did exactly what I expected them to do and missed the argument entirely of what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'm going to get into now. I want to talk about that particular accusation that someone like me and the people who agreed with me about this are not secure in their masculinity. Let me tell you something. I am a Nigerian American, gun toting conservative. I have not met a more masculine man in about 10 years than I. Okay. I'm just being real with you. Masculinity is not the problem. And in fact, it is those people who want to make that accusation that I actually have smoke for. And I'll tell you why. Interestingly enough, I understand why someone who's not heterosexual would make that accusation and I don't care. But for the heterosexual men, I want to actually turn it back on you really quick. So hear me out for a second before you get triggered. I do not believe that if you think it's okay for him to be photographed doing his wife's hair, I do not believe that you are more secure in your masculinity than I am because I don't agree with this portrayal. What I actually believe is that you're insecure about being disliked by Black women. You are insecure about being disliked by Black women. I'm going to prove that as we continue this broadcast. Okay. So I'm basically saying that, and if we actually, I didn't say this in the beginning, but I do not care that he did his wife's hair. I don't care. This is a man and his wife. So let's get that straight really quickly. This is a man doing something with his wife. He can do whatever he wants to with his wife. What I'm arguing is, should men care how they are portrayed? Right? I personally would not want somebody taking a picture of me doing this and then posting it. That is my feeling about it. All right. So he can do whatever he wants with his wife. Anybody, including myself, can do what they want with their wives. I have never done my wife's hair, but while she was at her uncle's funeral a few years ago, I had to do my daughter's hair for several days. All right. So I've had that experience before as well. I've done my daughter's hair out of necessity. Okay. So that's not what we're arguing here. He can do whatever he wants to do with his wife. Now, I would say that most of the people that are attacking the post that I made would say that a man has a right to do what he wants to do and be portrayed how he wants to be portrayed. So, my ultimate argument is, why is it that I can't defend my masculine position ever? And I want to explain to you why I feel that way. The women automatically went nuts. They attacked the post, they attacked it outright. Of course, you're insecure. This is toxic masculinity, whatever. So I want to ask the ladies something. If you were outside cutting your grass on a hot summer day, you were sweating out your shirt, your edges were sweat out, your armpits were sweat out, and there was dirt all over your clothes. And the community photographer said, I want to take a picture of you right now for the neighborhood page. And he was going to post it. Would most women want that picture taken of them in that moment? Many of you are going to cap and say, sure, why not? That's a lie. You would not want a picture taken of you in that moment if you are a feminine woman. And here's why. You're not looking your best as a feminine woman. Even though you are a hardworking woman who can cut grass, that's not how you prefer to be portrayed to the masses. Most women are going to agree with that. I don't care if you're going to lie on YouTube and be like, no, 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 you can take the picture. Most women would not want to be photographed early in the morning when they just rolled out of bed, right? So let me make the connection between that. You want to be portrayed to the masses as a feminine woman at all times. So you would not really agree to someone taking an unfeminine photo of you and posting it to the masses for everyone to see. A woman can always guard her femininity like that. So why is it a violation when I want to guard my masculinity? That is a question I have for you. And I want you to take a moment and ponder on that. There's nothing wrong with Chance Brown doing his wife, Tabitha Brown's hair. All right. He has the right to do whatever he wants. He also has the right to say, I don't care if I'm photographed and I don't care if this is the way I'm portrayed. So if you believe that and you are truly unbiased, then you must also believe that I, Trigger Mike, can do what I want with my wife or my daughter, and I can do their hair and say, don't take a picture of me. That is not how I want to be portrayed. There is an attack on Black men and our masculinity in the media. They are pushing a narrative of female superiority that I don't want to be a part of. The Woman King, Wakanda Forever, and now this picture. Can you not see the narrative here and understand why some men do not want to play into that narrative? Some men don't want to play into it. If a man wants to and has the right, he has the right to do so. I also have the right to say, do not portray me like that, because I do not want to be a part of that narrative that is currently being created to feminize Black men in the eyes of the media. I don't want my son seeing it. Okay? That is the way I feel about it. And I have the right to do so. And here's the reason why I say that the men who are overly for this type of thing, they're not thinking for themselves. They've been doing the same thing since they were young because many of them were raised by single moms, even the ones that weren't. We have a lot of names for them here in this YouTube space. I'm not going to go through them all today. You have an insecurity about being disliked by Black women. Black men have a notoriously bad habit of doing that. You need Black women to like you at all times. In fact, you need everybody to like you. That's why we cry all this racism stuff all the time. You need everybody to like you at all times, especially Black women. It has a lot to do with keeping them amenable and not getting on their bad side for, reasons for procreation so you can have sex with them, all that type of stuff. You do not want to be disliked at any time. I'm proving to you that I am secure in my masculinity because I don't give a damn whether I'm disliked for the way I feel as a man. That is actually being secure in your masculinity. And please let me know in the comments if you feel different. I do not care, and you shouldn't care, if I don't want to be portrayed in a way that lends any kind of grace or is promoting the female superiority narrative. If this is how I feel about it, I have the right to do so. And if you're going to defend Chances Brown right to have this picture, you must also defend my right to feel the opposite if you are truly unbiased. That is my ultimate point. All right. Should we have the right to feel the way we want to feel about it? So I'll leave that with you today. Those are my feelings about it. And yeah, like I said, this is a trigger warning. I absolutely love this couple. I didn't even know Tabitha Brown was doing all that she's doing. I didn't even know she had a show until she said she got nominated for the Emmys for the kids show. Now my kids watch that show. I absolutely love this couple and what they are doing in their marriage. All right. So I need Black people to wake up and diversify your opinions. They are way too liberal. Black men are not traditionally liberals. I say that all the time. You are actually traditionally conservative. My view is a conservative viewpoint. Yours is a liberal one. So maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle and find some common ground. But again, if you are for this picture and you believe he has the right to not care about the way he's portrayed, I absolutely have the right to care about my portrayal. I do not want to be portrayed to the masses as this. It doesn't matter if I do it at home or not. This is actually an intimate moment that we are sharing. Okay? If I'm doing this for my wife, this is an intimate moment that I'd like to keep private because I don't want myself portrayed to the masses like this. And the last thing I'll say is that someone said something that, was very simpish, and they were like, well, Black women want to be loved out loud. Listen, y'all, that's what I'm talking about. Black women want. It's you literally that proved my whole point. That statement proved my whole point that I'm trying to make. It's great that they want that. I have the right to deny that. Because if I'm still providing the love, that is what I'm required to do, is it not? Out loud is not a requirement. I have the right to say no to that and to go find someone who just wants the love, not to be loved out loud. These men are doing whatever it takes to pleasure these women, to keep them amenable for their sexual desires and pleasures. They don't want to piss them off. To me, that is insecurity, not security. All right. I'm Trigger Mike, y'all. Till next time.